is here.
All right, here we go. Guys, good morning. We're back with the fish eye lens. I don't know. Now it seems to be working. It's amazing. I like the extended view of the desk so you guys can kind of see what I'm grabbing for sometimes. But good morning. Happy Sunday Fun Day right over here. It's just Sunday Fun Day. We're not really doing too much of a themed show right now. A lot of what I'm doing drawing table wise is moving through a stack to get to another stack. That involves even my personal projects, which I have to clear the decks on. So we got a lot coming, and I'm hoping that this coming week I'm going to be live streaming. You're going to get 2 videos, 2 podcasts, 2 live streams a day going into next year. So I know we have some weeks where we do that. We have some weeks that we don't. But Team AKAPAD, we're working on it. But here's what we immediately have to tinker with. Oh, we're back with autofocus. See, like right there. And focus. See, focus. The autofocus, I think, is a little too aggressive with this camera here. And part of it, too, is that, see, I don't know if you guys can tell if it shakes. We lose focus every time it shakes. So there might be a little bit of back and forth of getting the proper focus. If I can get the right focus setting, period, I can turn off like autofocus and just have a focused area. But some of it, too, is clarity when I bring things to the camera, as you guys can see here with my hands. And then when I pull them away, because, I like to show you, all of you, some detail, some highlights here and there, show you guys how things work. Yeah, and I can kind of tell already the autofocus is in and out. So, part test run today. Now, if I go and change the settings, if I change the camera focus settings, I'm going to lose connection to the camera. I cannot control those settings in real time. That's a little bit annoying. So immediately on the desk, we have the Street Fighter Inktober sketchbook. And as you guys can see, we have a lot of pencil. But once we move through the title pages and insert artwork, this is supposed to be Chun-Li. See, I lose focus every time I turn a page. Isn't that crazy? But here we go. We have Guile. This is going to extend into his background, which will be the fighter jet and the runway. I thought about doing another action pose and doing the jets in flight here. Probably not going to happen. Some of this is still the experimentation of using acrylic and different types of acrylics, like brands, and like watered down techniques and stuff. With this paper is fantastic, but it's a little tough to control. So, but we'd like to work quick, and we like things to be a little bit fast and loose. Here we have Cammy. We have Ken Masters. I threw in the yacht that's on his level, his board. E Honda, Dazim, which is just one of the ones I wanted to do, just because his environment is one of the best. He's got like 2 rows of elephants and all of the, like the Indian architecture and gold, really cool stuff. Blanca, and of course we're doing the electricity with Blanca here. There's no other option. That's just what you have to do. And see what I mean about some of that acrylic, see how that sticks. We have DJ here with the Jamaican flag. And I had this, I had the right amount. I don't know if you can see here. Like, this is a lot smoother. But here, it's a lot thicker. And the reason for that is, I don't know. Like, I thought I drew his one side too short. So I just blasted it with so much acrylic to cover the ink, and just quickly drew the rest of his forearm and hand just to get something moving with this, because his arm was too short and it drove me nuts. Zangief, Balrog here. This will be the extended background, which will have some of the showgirls as he has in his on his level. We got Fei Long here, and I wanted to just showcase his fire kick. And I don't know, like I pretty much got the idea to do like a close up, with like the foot kind of coming on the other page, like starting to flame up. A lot of illustration and the positioning for illustration. And I say positioning because we work with our internal philosophies and methodologies. But we should have baselines. We should have a little bit of the groundwork from time to time. Is I view a lot of illustration as like, and I think even here with like DJ, where he's just like throwing one of his like power blasts. It's like we're drawing a moment in time. We're capturing a split second, and I think that's very special. I think that's unique to the illustrator, and so we try and draw things like in focus and out of focus, like at the same time. That's advanced methods. Because method-wise, you need the craftsmanship to pull it off, but also methodology-wise, which is we go to those concepts and we introduce those concepts. Vega here, and then we have T-Hawk, and T-Hawk was like the first one that set it off, but I was stuck on the phone call a couple of nights ago with a fellow YouTuber, because I'd rather talk to YouTubers than stream with them, to be honest. And during that time, when I was talking with him, I started this and, kind of had what the look and the feel for the rest of the sketchbook was. So I got to draw him in his action pose here. And then we have Sagat. So the big missing character, right, characters would be Ryu and Bison, but they're featured in the beginning. So we have Bison for the Street Fighter logo. This will be all black, and with him like just lightning strikes type stuff. And then we'll have Ryu here. So, and I might do Ryu from the load screen for Street Fighter 2 Turbo, the Super Turbo edition. And then Chun-Li here, I don't have a good idea. Like, this is going to get erased. Because I think the idea I had for Chun-Li kind of turned into Cammy. So, we have that. So, I've been chipping away at a lot of that there. And this, like, I think maybe we can warm up slowly with some of this. Now, if it takes me time to find anything, you guys are seeing the reason for that. The reason for that is my drawing table is a complete disaster. And I say complete disaster with pride. I'll show you guys what's below this sketchbook too real quick, because I do believe it's something of note. So years ago, one of my neighbors, and we're talking early, I was just a kid, but he knew I could, I like drawing. And he asked me to draw Darth Maul on his kid's wall. And I remember popping over there like one time, and I didn't get any further with it. And I always like really, really felt bad. So he actually showed up to my father's funeral a couple years ago already. And I just felt so bad when I saw him, because it was just a little bit of regret of a project that's just unfinished. And if you guys follow me enough, I do have many, many projects that linger. But to me, they're always active, always getting worked on. As my skills grow, I roll them in. So like the projects themselves have this like evolution to them that I do think is unique to my efforts. So I wanted to and he loves America. Like you guys see, like this guy's lawn on like Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, 4th of July. It's just nothing but American flags. It's so nice to see. So I wanted to do a Darth Maul for him, but have it being red, white, and blue themed or American flag themed. So we just kind of like where he's black, we can get away with dark blue. We have the red for the saber. We can kind of keep his face red, and then through a couple opportunities in his clothing, in his drapery, we'll say, we can add the whites, and then we got the red saber just like going crazy. I would love to start this on today's stream. So that's a little bit where we are, what some of the movements are. I may have to get up a few times to refill the coffee. I may have to get up a few times to grab other materials. If I do so, I will let you guys know. But in the meantime, thanks for popping in and hanging out. And let's just hope this autofocus doesn't drive me crazy every time I look at the screen. So cheers to all of you. I have on my 1 o'clock here, I have Mummies Alive, if you're not familiar with that cartoon. I like running cartoons as I'm working. I just feel like it adds a little bit to your energy. It keeps you motivated. So here I have to clean up a little bit of where we are position wise. And what's bothering me real quick, I may need to tape the wire. I gotta tape down one of these wires real quick. Because every time I erase the camera. And sorry about that. Here we go. So every time we erase, the camera shakes. And we need to prevent that. So right here, quick tape down. We'll deal with that later. So now, see, I can kind of get the drawing table away from and let's see, because this cable here is huge. See, like there. All right, I think we got it. I just need one more piece of tape. And I'll clean this up when we're done. See, we want this cable to kind of go this way. All right. Somewhat minimum. Lot better. Yeah, so the idea is to like have the cable. Like I kind of have I don't even have too good of a blank. But the idea is to kind of have like we have the cable, right? Because here's my drawing table. Okay. We can just do like the full setup right here, right? And we have the drawing board. So I have a like almost like a crane here. Like that's the field of vision. And then here, I have a laptop that's kind of like bolted to the table. I have a tablet here that's also bolted to the table. So, but then on the bottom here, which you don't see, there's a power strip that's bolted. So that so the cable needs to run down the crane, and it needs to kind of drape this way to hit the USB ports here. Now, some of it would be if I had a better laptop, and I have a pretty advanced laptop, but it doesn't have a lot of ports. Would be like the ports were on this side. So again, like these are a lot of the little things that affect how well we stream. And if you watch my stream versus others, you might say to yourself, you're like, wow, why does one look good, one doesn't? The cameras are relatively affordable. The software, everyone kind of uses the same software now, which is StreamYard, or I'm not even what was the other one? Not StreamYard. It was StreamYard, and I'm forgetting the other one that kind of had like a free service, like a free version. Streamlab, right? It might have been StreamYard and Streamlab. So this, I kind of just want to get the idea that he's like in motion. I was thinking of a hand or something, just kind of kind of like a hand right here. So just checking the screen for any erasing shakes. So part of the reason why I wanted to draw Fei Long in this type of like pose. Well, two actually, and I think they kind of made sense for the flow of the sketchbook, which is like, yes, we have to be mindful of what the sketchbook flow is as we're flipping through it, but at the same time, Fei Long is just a Bruce Lee like ripoff, like, right? He's just Bruce Lee, and I get it. Like, there's a little bit of national pride. I'm not even sure. Like, Bruce Lee was Bruce Lee even Japanese? I don't even know. Like, I would maybe assume so, but yeah, I don't know Bruce Lee's nationality. Let's be straight. Let's see, Bruce Lee. Number one should be American, right? Let's see. Yeah, Hong Kong. So he's British American, right? So anyway, and but I think it's still kind of, a little bit of national pride, but I don't know how true that is. But it's almost just like low hanging fruit to put Bruce Lee. But it's kind of, they had real life fighters, right? Like, they actually wanted Mike Tyson for Balrog, and I think all that would have like diminished the game. I think a lot of that would have taken away from these characters, because the alternative is you get pretty much like all original stuff, and I think that's so much more valuable. So I just don't want to draw Bruce Lee. So it's like the flow of the sketchbook, which is to do something a little bit more of a close-up. See, and even like here. Well, we lost 2 pencils already. But here, it's like this is going to be the undercarriage of his leg. And that's kind of what we need. So having the leg, like, like the beginning of the leg, like lighting up, definitely helps with communicating that the leg's like in back of him. But we needed something just a little bit like in your face, because it's been like in your face, facing the viewer, right? So, and then post Street Fighter 2, which kind of ends with, I could end with Akuma. And I was going to do, the typical Akuma. Right? It would be like, you want like Akuma's back. So hold up here. Just trying to split his muscles up. Right? Like he would be here. Sorry, we're just trying to figure this out. Like that. Like this is the Akuma we want to see. And then all this would be black. And we would just do like energy effects, but his symbol would be like right here. Which I think it's, I don't know if I can draw it from memory. But it's like that. So that would be potentially like the end of Street Fighter 2, the new challenger, Street Fighter 2 Special Edition. And by here we would feature every single one of those characters. So we would have like this as the Street Fighter portion of the sketchbook. But then, we have like maybe like another 20 to go. So I was considering Street Fighter Alpha, but Alpha, I don't know. I'm not connected to as many of those characters, and I don't know. Like I just don't quite feel it. So I don't know if I maybe like cherry picking characters from like all the other games, and then kind of having like a represented range of all of those. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so here and then see, and then here we go. Yeah. And I'm kind of like debating like his eyes. Like should he be looking off? Yeah, like away from the viewer. Because that always just adds like a little bit of extra. I think that's a little bit better. And then we're going to drop a shadow underneath the bicep, the deltoid, which is here. So we're going to split the deltoid with the striations. Add some motion here. And some of this would be kind of to have his arm a little bit more like flowing, but it's like a little bit tight. And I just I'm thinking it's okay. And I think some of this will be would be like yellow. Like we want this to be a little bit yellow. So there you go. Well, I think we can ink it. Maybe cut through some of these lingering microns. Get rid of these. And if some of these are on their final leg, which is good because we like going through things. And yeah, I think we're in good shape. I really do. All right, everyone, just hang tight. I will be right back. And we're back. Yeah, this would be huge if I can get Phalon like in order right now. I just get so excited when these things kind of start to form. Any shake that you hear, if you're new, is my alcohol markers or my Prismacolors, because I have a Prismacolor rack on the drawing table. Here we go. Drawing these characters for me too. Long time coming. I don't know if you guys feel like that sometimes when you eventually get to a character where you're just like, oh crap, like it's been too long. This character has been in my head. And that's a little bit what this year's goal was to kind of clear out Transformers and Street Fighter. And as soon as we're done this, we're going to be back on my Transformers sketchbook. So right there, see, we got the flame. So the idea would be like yellow, and then we got opportunities here for some nice yellow highlights, which is why we split our forms and our shapes. You know, you split them with a hard shadow or like a hard indicator, meaning, we put in the line to split that form in two, more or less. And that could be feathering. It could be, it's nothing crazy. It's just basic shading techniques. And you find ways to just work in like the extra details. And a lot of that comes from being able to see objects in your mind's eye. And it's a little bit, like it's not exactly spiritual, but it's a part of learning to draw. It's like part of the learning to draw process, which is you have to see things. Like you kind of, like, like you're drawing something from somewhere, and if it's from you, right? Like you have to know what that is. So you can kind of practice it and be aware and be a little bit conscious of when you have to do something regarding it. Which is wild because, like that's kind of one of the keys of drawing from imagination. And it's not mystical, it's just practice. I forget. Does Fei Long have? He doesn't have any type of fire strike, right? When he does his like triple punch, I'm not even sure game wise like what type of move that is, but it's like a triple punch where he ends with the Bruce Lee like shake, which is awesome. So. Yeah, so someone like his chin hair needs to go. I kind of messed that up. Yeah, yeah, variant. Yeah, I know it is, isn't it? Like right here. Yeah, the cigar fingers, right? Variant. How are we today, buddy? Thanks for popping in. And I'm just doing right now. I'm just almost like I thought I was going to be working a little bit quicker. I thought I would be done this piece by now. But this is the Street Fighter sketchbook. If you're not familiar with it, I've been posting it on social for a little bit now. We should be wrapping it up soon, though. And then moving on to Transformers. And then soon, before the year's out, we'll get back to doing G.I. Joe on the weekends. And we need, where's our black? We need a fresh black. Here we go. Bingo. Use some of that to round out the forms a little bit more. I'm hoping that this black does not bleed through either. Let's see. Oh, black on black. That's perfect. Let me see here. I'm just thinking of just like how can we maybe get a little bit more yellow here? Because let's just say, let's pretend as if we're only going to use yellow and highlights here. We're pushing some of this yellow out for potential, like a glow or highlight effect. We'll see if it comes through. Let's see right here. See, it's kind of like a little bit of that. So I may have to work that a little bit, but just so you guys can kind of see where some of the hand was coming from. All right, we're going to use this soon, but I kind of wanted to. Let's see, can we do some skin? Yeah, might as well just do some skin tones. Because he's relatively shirtless. All right, I'll be right back. Here we go. All right. We got the cheapest of the cheap acrylic here from Five Below. We'll move that over here. Let's just see what we can do now. Oh, that is wet. We're still chipping away. This one is taking forever. Fei Long is taking his time, but I think we're there. I think we got like maybe enough to back away from. When it's wet just enough, you can kind of blend some of it a little bit better. Because the acrylic, the color's still going to hold for the acrylic, which makes it awesome. All right. I need to get rid. Give me 1 second. What's up? Yeah. I don't know. I've been going for a little bit. I don't know. I'm trying to make progress on this. This is for someone actually, but earlier, let's just. Sorry, I was really in a deep rolling haze. But here's the update for the Street Fighter sketchbook. Earlier, we were working on Fei Long here, and I want to do like a lot of extra work for his fingers, just to get them a little bit more detailed and looking cool. But anyway, so we got Fei Long here. I worked in Akuma, which is here. We'll do the back, Sagat, T-Hawk, Vega, Fei Long, Balrog, and then a lot of the other ones that you may have already seen. But we're getting to the zero barrier for the sketchbook, which is what do I do when I'm done with basically the original new challengers, right? So the original 4 bosses and the original new challengers, and then I don't know. I gotta decide if I'm doing like more from the Street Fighter overall universe, or if I just focus on Street Fighter Alpha. We'll see. Yeah, with a great good morning. Yeah. Oh my god! But yeah, cheers to you. I broke down. I'm drinking more of this Celsius Arctic Vibe. And right now in 50, it's 49 degrees. Philly just had a big marathon yesterday. That was the town talk, and then it's Thursday night football. And I don't know if I'm going to make it out for Thursday night football. What sucks, because that's going to be the second Eagles game that I'm, in for, meaning indoors, which kind of sucks because I like going out for the games. Yeah, and then this is for an old neighbor of mine that I was supposed to do a mural for him, but I was like too young to kind of take on that level of responsibility. And he's like a neighbor. I know he said he would pay me for it, but it was supposed to be a mural for like his kids, and he's a neighbor, so like you don't want him to pay and stuff like that. So, but I was like still living with my parents, but heavily freelancing at the time. And yeah, still should have handled the account better, I'll say. So I thought I would just, since I still have his address, I would just send this out to him as a surprise, because the original idea was for a Darth Maul, Obi-Wan Kenobi, like final fight mural for his kids' room. Always make good on your promises. That's today's lesson. Yeah. Yeah, I try and I do. I'm not saying I'm conscious of like things looking energetic, but to me, it's interesting to look at. So, like, I kind of like energy effects, and I like things looking like they're beat up, right? Like, Nothing is given. Like these guys live in a world that's just full of just things just being used and abused. Like their equipment, their belt buckles, and I like that aspect of it all though. I really do. I just think it helps with imagining a little bit of the world that these guys like occupy and live in. So now I'm just going back and forth trying to make little micro decisions. Number one is the shadow inside of this like flying fabric, right? So I maybe want this a little bit in like the motion of his like movement, like the actual like shadow. And number two is I kind of screwed up the Darth Maul horns, right? I think we can get away with some whiteout though, but son of a gun, we gotta use whiteout. It's different when you gotta use whiteout as a like you drew something incorrectly, or I mean, using it in any time other than intended is bad news, but it's like you use whiteout to correct something you drew incorrectly, or you use it to kind of add something that you left out. Like two different ways of looking at it. But you want to be where everything looks well, like it looks like a drawing, like we're working on a piece here, versus hey, like this whole arm, like this arm has to go because I screwed up this arm. Like that's kind of where. See, like here, like I need whiteout, like right. But I think we got it though. See, like you can kind of. See, even like here, where like just for his like his guards for his like forearm, like his gauntlets almost, where like you add like a little bump like here and there, just so it looks to be like more of an interesting shape, like a little bit more character to it. See, and we'll have like a similar. So this one makes me think like it should be a different shape, but this is the stuff I like because it's just so abstract. Like you know what it is. It's just odd looking. Yeah, it's 73 degrees, deep south. I love that. Thank you. Oh, the Don? maybe that came up on. Yeah, I've been getting a feed that looks like it has like five or six people on it. I don't know whose feed it is though, but it comes up on my suggestions. Yeah, variant is in the house. Yeah, dude. I was. You know what? Too. Let me. You know what? You just reminded me of something. Give me 1 second. Holy crap! You literally just reminded me. Let me. I'm gonna put this on mute. So uh it's going to be a little bit. So I've been trying to get this for a Sunday presentation, and like the Sunday stuff to my regular Sunday like rollouts and my videos are they're supposed to be kind of like meant a little bit out like of a break for me, just so I can get away from the daily videos, but still like put something out that's related and geek driven and stuff like that. And we were talking the other day, so and I got one. Like I had one in mind because I knew there was something available, but I have to I have to work some magic right now as we're talking to see this thing to fruition. So just be on the lookout. It's probably going to be a little later in the day, but there will be a Sunday presentation that I think you will appreciate. And I got to get into it as well. Most of the Sundays are things that I have watched or seen that I'm like super familiar with, but every once in a while they're just like new, just something too new that I just like dug up. So I'll give you a shout out in the video. But yeah, dude, like all gas for Alien Romulus. Yeah, me. Yeah, right. Don't bring it up. Oh, I missed this one. There you go. Yeah, it's a it's a funny thing too, Omer. Like things shift, and this is a little bit of the cycle of just like my account or like what my reach is, and like I stream to kind of practice, right? Like I kind of stream to do like live practicing, like practicing illustration, so on and so forth, and like you can go through like my whole stream history, we'll say, like let's just say you kind of like just started like really digging around and just seeing, like what my previous streams were and whatever. And you'll see like there's people that rotate in and out. Like there's just regulars, and then like they'll disappear for a while, and then there'll be like a new batch, and so on and so forth. And that's just a little bit of, because my reach is like what it is. Like you just have to like live with it. I don't really like advertise. I don't push. Like I don't really try and promote the channel so much as I try and promote the ideas about the channel. And I'm not like obsessively trying to grow the account. I don't attribute any of like my ability or my opinions like to the strength of the account, because that's very backwards in my eyes. And people like to make those arguments, and they like to kind of pretend that those arguments are like of merit. So if you go through the history of all of my streams, there's a lot of people that were just like you, dude. And some of them like pop back in, like you'll kind of see them, and it's just like that's just whatever. Like it's cool. I've done streams where I've had like seems like I had a dozen people watching, interacting. I've had streams where no one, or one. And I think there was like a little bit of a like back and forth with the like how regular I am. And a lot of times it's like when I've had momentum, just as of like maybe triggering the algorithm or triggering like what some of the suggestions are, like life kind of happens, and I had to like back off from it every once in a while, and which is fine, because this isn't, I'm not reliant on this. This is just really a obsessive like hobby of mine. So, like I don't, the pressure I put on myself is like the quality versus doing it, I'll say. Because I'd rather things look professional, sound professional, maybe even like be professional. And we'll see. Like, like I think I have a window to do a little bit of a good run here before the year's out. And we'll be able to see if like things with the channel can jump. And some of it's like user habits. Like, like some people kind of like they like live art, but they kind of want these other things attached to it, I'll say. Like politics and shit like that. And that's where to me it gets like goofy, because and I kind of talk about this in some of the videos where, okay, like it's cool, like like maybe your guy won the election or maybe not, and there's opinions about that, and there's emotion and feelings, but at the same time, it's like, all right, like I don't want politics rolling into my stuff. It just makes no sense. People do it because it quickly creates like a base, like a core, and it doesn't mean you can't express your opinions and people even know where you stand. But I do feel like it's a virtue signal that kind of goes in both directions, and it takes away from the merit of the channel. So getting back to kind of going on other people's streams and stuff, like I am. Like I've been on streams where that stuff's come up like right away, where I'm just like, like, like I don't want to talk about this. Like I'd rather kind of talk about like how we work, like the process of illustration, the process of figuring out a comic page and stuff like that. It's just goofy, it really is. And I know I am an outlier for even being vocal on it. Here we go. But we're getting there with this. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's just, dude, like if you go back to the beginning of this stream, right? Like like, see that shake? The shake was far worse because I had one cable that's a part of the cable cluster, if you want to call it, that was triggering a little bit of a camera shake, and I'll fix it more further. But yeah, like every detail matters. It really does. And there's people out there too that they're talented. They're active in comics or whatever, and like their streams are crap, and you kind of have to say, like, man, like what, like why even put in the effort? And then and no shade or jealousy, but those guys are ones that get hired and they go on books and they they're kind of go-to guys, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, like you hire someone that literally cannot figure out the stream to do some pretty high grade work, and then a couple months later you're complaining that you paid someone and work's not getting done. So, and it's like, yeah, look at the person you hired. A part of the streaming stuff, and I don't use it for me, but I just think a lot of people, it's a capability statement, right? Like it's a like I can do these things type. So why not have it like kind of go on, like be able to function on all cylinders? Like that's kind of my position. Yeah, and it's representative of you. And I keep all my existing streams like active. Like I delete very little, because I kind of want people to be able to go in and see a like a history, like a evolution. I think that's way more valuable. Yeah, and I like the entertainment's there, dude. Like you're like you're knowledgeable enough, you're interested enough, and that's kind of where, right? Like that's kind of when it comes to collaborators and things like that. That's kind of like what you want, what you should look for. Like there's something to just being interested, if that makes any sense. Where sometimes like you'll get people and they want you, like they want you to believe that they're interested. And for them, it's like, who knows, like, what the reasons are. They're usually very self-centered reasons, and that's a little bit of the landscape. And you got to, like, weed through those people. But I'm definitely going to try and get like a couple episodes of the 4 a.m. club like back going, because I love that idea. Like, great name for a late night show. Let me see here. Just trying to see. Here, like a little bit of. There we go. Yeah, more of that. But some of it too would be like, if I could incorporate, and you kind of saw it when I tried to do that SpaceX stream, where if I can incorporate almost like elements of Trashcast, and I don't mean like going like doing the commentary part. I just mean like the media side, like like having something playing, having something else that we can all talk about, like on screen. There's workarounds I can do for that versus what you guys saw for SpaceX, but like, I kind of want it a certain way, and like, I hate to say it, but I just think so much of it is really reliant on the strength of what's happening with my connection, and I don't think equipment or anything can fix it. I really feel like this is a bigger problem, so, which is very disappointing. So I was going to use the brush pen, but I think I'm going to use some of the other effects here with practical brush and ink. Let's see here. You know what, though? I need a little. Let's just catch up. I need some aqua colors. Yeah, I gotta refill this. Yeah, Monday Night Draw was just all for the season. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's amazing to be able to like do this, like just do it live. Like, isn't that nuts? There's still like I think like a mysticism to like the modern world, and the things we're capable of, the things we can do, the things we have access to to me, it's just awesome. Like, it's really cool stuff. And I'm just shocked like more people don't do it. And you might say, well, there's already a lot of people, but I don't know. I'm thinking of like thousands of people like every minute live streaming. Like that's kind of like which like thousands of people streaming Darth Maul. Like that's where I thought things would be by now. Yeah, I will. Yeah, let me like just so you know. And I guess I'll hit you up on social. Yeah, some of that is just uh like every single night I try and do 4 a.m. club. So the next two would be tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see how today goes. But let me refill this. I got to check on something also. So just hang tight. All right, here we go. We're back. We're back. Ugh. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. It's always good to back off just a little bit. Because when you sit back down, you're like, oh, this needs to be a little bit more broken up. Yeah, and it's funny too because like speaking to this right here. And give me a second. I gotta close these blinds. Is that the simple thing is, once they rolled in advertising, like once Google essentially became a advertising company, that's kind of where like pushing channels or having like a YouTube star, so to speak, or whatever. Uh, once the advertising kind of started to dictate some of this, that's where it was. It's better to have YouTube stars, like single big accounts, rather than uh, tens of thousands of low tier accounts. And you kind of like that was like very clear, like at one point, where to fight through and to grow, because even the people that, like, let's just say, like, for example, like a channel twice as many subscribers, even interactions as mine, like let's just say a channel like twice as big on every possible metric, they're still not like, it's no difference. Like, you're not making that much more money. It's barely there. And that's kind of where I think that's the point that I think a lot of people miss when they come to, like, if it comes to like commentary and being able to like track what the like what the capabilities are of YouTube and what the expectations are. Let me see here. This brush may be warped, but we'll see. Here we go. See, and that's what you want. You want that easy going line work there. But yeah, like this run of just drawing has been so refreshing, to where I can kind of just like, I'm back into that rhythm. And it took me way too long to get there. But at the same time too, it's like, again, like I try and go cross platform with everything. So it's like getting into a rhythm for the film buff, like all of it. Yeah, I think this brush is done. Oh, do I have? Yeah. I do have a backup. But let's just try and get through this. But it's all rhythm Like it's just like I don't care job wise, like what you do. You know, there's just a lot that's dependent on rhythm. There we go. Yeah. It was radical. It was crazy. It's so crazy. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like, someone had Alien Romulus up last week before it hit Hulu. Like they had it up on like Monday. I watched it until it got cut off. Yeah, yeah. It like word of mouth can it gets you only so far. This is where like you need other institutions to help you. Meaning like working for Marvel, DC, or Disney, or like you need additional help to like get your name out. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I think I even think the term like content is just kind of like a silly term. Uh like I have to use it because like I have to use like a descriptor, but I think it's goofy even calling things like content. It just makes it seem like just soulless. But that's kind of what that's a lot of again, like that's just the world we live in. People like that term. The term kind of carries weight. Yeah, the ethos. Yeah, that's so funny you said that. That's kind of like what I was thinking as I was saying that. Like if it wasn't for like the chicks, that term would never have like gained relevance. But like words change, like meanings change too. So it doesn't matter when we apply it to like this stuff. So here, like I might have to put some like white out like particles just to like break up a little bit of like that. Sorry, I'm just looking at the motion here. Yeah, from a hot tub. Yeah. Why not though? Like, yeah, but you think like stunts like that. Like, I know this is like that. This is like a joke, but like the comic book world, like like we should be able to like do stuff like that. Like we should be able to be ridiculous and kind of like swing for the fences when it comes for like attention and standing out and get rewarded for it. And yeah, that doesn't quite happen. It's not quite there. You kind of have to ask why, because like a guy like Rex, like there's no reason why Rex should not be like huge. Like he does an entertaining show. He does a good show. Rex is good at what he does when he's live, when he streams. But then um he's not rewarded for it. So then it's what's the deal? Like why? Here we go. Classic anime effects there. And they use a far thinner brush, which is why their lines are like a little bit more like separated and exact. Like mine are usually fatter, like they're fatter and more clustered. Here we go. See, and then it's just motion, like motion blur. Yeah. No, it's like it's just kind of like it's here we go. Like, yeah, what's this about Rex? Yeah. It's just kind of like it's so much of it is just um like personality, and there's a ton of good personalities like out there, like just entertaining people. And yeah, like I it's like it's almost like Eric July and EVS. It's like it's not like they're um doing things like better. They just kind of EVS like truly like on the back of like his professional comic book work, right? Like, and he was always on social. And if you combine their years of some of these guys on social, just that, like it's you get even EVS, because I remember EVS back when he was on Facebook and he would do like musics, like he would just do like keyboard stuff, like fun stuff. And I just ignored it. I'm like, oh, this is the guy from Hall of Heroes. Like this is just okay. Like uh like moving on. And the goofy thing though is if you really look at the amount of work EBS has put into social media, or the amount of work Eric July has, uh, you would just be like, oh my God, like I get it. From our standards, maybe they're successful, but uh, they're kind of not when it comes to time put in. And it's no different than going to college, getting a degree that you don't use, going into debt, and maybe you still find a good job, and people might be like, oh, like good thing you had a college degree, helped you get in, which could be true, but in no way does that compensate your debt, or like not using your degree. And like you have to be able to look at things like that. You have to kind of have like a realistic scale. Sorry, I'm just having trouble with this fabric here. Trying to decide how to what are we doing here? Like, yeah, I kind of like a decent zigzag, but it doesn't. Like if I don't bend it like that, it doesn't look like fabric. Let's see here. Yeah, maybe. All right, I like that because that's goofy, right? Just like a random zigzag. So here we gotta get this in order. here. All right. That doesn't take up enough of the real estate I wanted to, though. I wanted this to seem like bigger, like that. I don't know. Wind block. Yeah, I know. Just dude, it's appreciated. Yeah, right. It is Sunday Funday. Cheers to Sunday Funday. Get yourself some Celsius Arctic vibe, because we got those Arctic vibes right now. Even though Omer, it's for Texas, South Texas, it's 73 degrees. Yeah. Yeah, it's like not even like when it comes to EVS too, it's like not even like the channel. It's just like the online presence. And people forget too. Like it's like his original channel, right? Like it was just he's giving art critiques, like trying to be somewhat like edgy, right? And people kind of like they forget that. Like a lot of these guys too, they're big in other like forums and like Facebook groups, and they push that way and build that way. And for some people it works and some it doesn't. Like that's kind of, but the people that tell you like things are just like exact science, and they want you to kind of feel like you just have to do this one thing. That's kind of where you have to just call BS, because there is no formula. You just have to keep doing it and hope that like audience kind of finds you a little bit, just a little. Like Windblock, dude. Like I've been seeing your stuff, dude. Like you're back at it. Like just keep going. That's the only thing you can do. And I think we're done with this. Let's get another fresh one. Yeah, Windblock does good stuff. Oh, you're now on tech. Yeah, when I saw you, dude, like I'm such a viewer on TikTok because I have a pretty good feed. So I just do it to meander for like 10, 20 minutes. So like 20 minutes is like the limit, but TikTok does suck you window. I have to get back to doing TikTok content. Oh, Sectar's custom. What's the Sectar's custom? Like what is it? What character? Because I know they made, right? Did they do like the girl? The girl was like the one unproduced one that was like kind of like legendary. Here we go. Just like endless motion, you know? All right, let's get to some of these horns. It's hard to tell. Where's my scratch pad? Let's see. We need one of these to come out easy. Lot of little speckles. So I'll go through with like something like this, and even do some of the pure the Doc Martens white out here, opaque white, and do like more of these like chippy details and things like that. But I had to kind of start, if you guys can see, like just getting some of these horns back, and then I'll just ink over some of that to kind of like redefine those lines. Oh, thanks, Windblock. Thanks, Windblock. Yeah, dude. Yeah, the Sectar's girl, right? Like she was like the original prototype. Let's see. Like if we did like Sectar's girl, like prototype. Because I think Super 7 is a Super 7 that did the official. Let's see. Let's see. Hold up here. Maybe like Tory prototype. Let's see here. Yeah, so let's see here. See, like here, like see, they have one here of the girl. Stellara is her name, but then like she's of a original. Like, let's see. Yeah, see, like, and then she had like original, like, there were like, I know there were prototypes made, and I think they were photographed. But she's been kind of like, one of the like customs. Like, people always make customs of her. The Hive, giant, awesome playset for sectars. Yeah. No, I use StreamYard. I don't know. Like, did you see like EVS too? Like, he's got the circles now. Like, I saw that came up on my feed, and I don't know if that's StreamYard. Like, I have the maximum subscription for StreamYard, but I don't know, um, like how to do that. But I'm not interested because I don't think it looks good. But I'm curious. Like, yeah, like whenever you see people use the same stuff you have, you always kind of want to know like how they did it, just so like you're a little bit more knowledgeable. But yeah, I am StreamYard with the maximum subscription, which is also like a reason why I get so annoyed when I have lag and things like that, because I cannot use the full capability of the subscription. Not yet. Not yet anyway. Soon though. Here we go. So yeah, so the idea would be to like erase it, do another round of inks to define some of the areas that look like they're defined because there's lead underneath, and then from there, yeah, I guess I color it. But then I'm like, I don't want to color this, right? All right, everyone. 3 hours, 26 minutes. I have to go. There's a lot of things. Yeah, peace cooking. There's a lot of things for me to get to. I gotta work out today. Yeah. Super 7 has like a whole line. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I think I follow him. So if you go to my TikTok account, you should find Win Block. All right, everyone. I gotta go. Love you.